everyone. I'm Gorilla Monsoon for Coliseum Video, and I'm here to bring you the best of the WWE Volume 14. The past 13 have really been exciting, but this one will, I'm sure, top them all. We feature some tremendous matches, one of which, Koko B. Ware, along with Frankie, taking on Dangerous Danny Davis, the man who was fired as an official from the WWE. Other outstanding matches, in fact, one which has never been seen before, features Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff, as he meets one of the Heenan family members, Hercules Hernandez. And then, believe it or not, Bobby the Brain Heenan, the Weasel himself, my colleague, putting on the tights, facing the Stallion, Salvatore Bellomo. What a classic this is going to be. That and a whole lot more coming at you, so let's get to the action. One of our never-seen-before matches happens to be a six-man tag team matchup featuring the Rougeaus, Jacques and Ramon, as they team up with Brutus the Barber Beefcake against Brutus's former partners, the new Dream Team, Dino Bravo and Greg the Hammer Valentine, and their manager, luscious Johnny V, putting on the tights. Let's go to ringside.
Sounds like we're going to have action in and out of the ring here, Bruno.
I think I'm ready to tell Jesse to get, if he brought a pair of tights on, and I'll show him how retired and old.
The next thing they're going to say is that you're the living legend of the microphone, DeGeorge.
I'll tell you, I'm going to have to put a blue shirt and a bow tie on here. Rougeau brothers and Brutus Beefcake against Greg the Hammer Valentine, Dino Bravo, and Johnny V.
This should really be a great bout because you have six competitors here who really aren't too crazy about each other.
No.
Well, I think the key to this matchup personally is going to be the performance of Johnny V. Because he is a manager, you know, he's a competent wrestler, but he can't really be on top of his game yet, I don't think.
A couple of beautiful arm drags by Raymond Rougeau. Tough to have the consistency, I would think, the feel for it if you're not doing it every day.
That's right.
And yes, the barber clippers and scissors are ringside as well, Bruno.
Yes, indeed. There's nothing Beefcake would like tonight rather than to cut some hair.
Oh, what a move by Raymond Rougeau. He moved out of the way, and Bravo hit his own man. And they make up the new Dream Team.
Now, you could see there, you know, if that would have been Beefcake as part of the Dream Team, you wouldn't have seen that get, you know, the amends be made that quickly.
Well, there was no love lost there. That's for sure, Jess.
My big problem is distinguishing these Rougeaus alike. You know, to me, they look alike.
There's a very easy way. Raymond mustache.
Raymond has the mustache
That's
and
it.
Jacques don't.
That's
okay.
right. And the Hammer with the hammer. Oh, and a slap to the face of Jacques Rougeau. Another one by Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Well, I'll tell you what Valentine's key to wrestling is. This guy, the longer the match, the better Valentine is.
Good rehearsal there by Jacques, and he gives the Hammer a little bit of his own medicine.
Whoa.
Is he going to finish him off early? No. Oh, boy.
Now there was a totally illegal move right there. Totally illegal.
I'll tell you one thing, the barber certainly enjoyed it, Bruno.
He certainly did, and I'll tell you, right now, they're pretty fired up, the Rougeaus and Beefcake. And look at Beefcake, boy. He's ready to go to work on somebody.
Now, what is this? Thus far, Johnny V has been a cheerleader.
Well, Johnny V's waiting for his moment. You know, he's not going to get in that ring and start it off. He's going to wait for the spot. Then he's going to do his damage.
Might be a good philosophy for Johnny V. Beefcake and his former partner in the ring. And now Bravo, the man who replaced Brutus Beefcake, gets in there. Oh, man, he spit right at him. He spit right at the barber. Hey, both of them are getting good shots, and now Bravo with the advantage.
The advantage is that Bravo pushed Beefcake into his corner.
Well, I'm surprised that Beefcake allowed himself to be suckered into that corner. You saw that that Bravo was setting him up for it.
Hey, Bravo's a powerful man. I don't think Beefcake had any choice in the matter.
Had a couple of shots early, but then...
There you see Johnny V. See, Johnny V waits for his opening, does his damage. Now, I call that smart wrestling.
Johnny B waits till his man get things under control, and when the opponent's kind of woozy in there, then he comes in, and look at this. Now he's being real tough.
Don't you think that's being smart?
Yes,
Bruno?
yes it is. No question about it.
Got to know your own tools.
And they're giving Beefcake back just what he did earlier in the match.
So both Beefcake and the Hammer with footprints on their faces here in the early going. Uh-oh. Got a 2-on-1 job on Beefcake, who is taking some blows here on the wrong side of the ring for him.
But totally legal 2-on-1 because they have a 5 count to get out of that ring.
Shot to the midsection by the Hammer. Can't lift up Beefcake. He's got him in the sleeper. Oh, and Johnny V saved the Hammer from not only going to sleep, but perhaps a little trim. And you got to admit, Bruno, Beefcake is improving on the stylish factor.
He is, but when he got Valentine into that sleeper, he should have got him, dragged him a little closer to his own corner, not to get that interference as he did from Johnny V.
Beefcake able to get out, tags Raymond Rougeau. End of the ropes.
Oh! What a backdrop. Drop kick. Look at
Another
that.
drop kick. 2 in a row by Raymond Rougeau. Drop kick, backdrop. Now the flying elbow.
What an elbow by Jacques
Could be it.
Rougeau. I mean, that's what you call a flying elbow. He really came up there.
It was also a big enough elbow to get Valentine in there to attempt to save. That's how big it was.
Oh, there's a big foot. Can't put him away. Got to give Bravo some credit here. He's taking some blows and has been able to avoid the 3 count. That would, oh, look at that. Double drop kick on Bravo. That might finish him off. Flying drop, 1, 2, and outside interference.
And look how quick Valentine was. There's a guy on his toes in the corner in there to make the save and save the pinfall.
And speaking of quick, that is how quick Mr. Bravo went down to the canvas again. They may have to save him again to avoid getting finished off here. Chop to the back of the head. Oh, now Raymond going right after the Hammer.
Do you see how smart Valentine was there? He went over, hit Raymond Rougeau, got him mad enough to make the mistake and drew him into the corner.
Exactly
Brilliant,
right.
brilliant philosophy.
And I agree with you, another 3-on-1 situation.
And a big power slam it looked like coming up here. No, shoulder breaker.
Shoulder breaker. Got him right on that right shoulder and may finish him. The Hammer in control here. Certainly a bitter rivalry between the 3-man teams.
He's trying for a possible pile driver.
Yes, he is. Oh, can't get it. Raymond Rougeau going to try and bring Valentine over, and he drops him down.
Beautiful move, and Valentine's got a cradle.
Good cradle reverse.
Whoa, and was
there.
that close?
Well, you just don't know which way this is going to turn at this point.
Now, and look at Valentine have enough moxie right there. He threw Rougeau out on his side of the ring.
Thus far, Johnny V, Valentine and Bravo have played the ring well. Been kind of tilted toward their corner. Beefcake complaining to referee Joey Borella now. As Raymond takes a shot against the side of the ring.
Well, it's been going back and forth, back and forth.
What is this hugging stuff, Bruno?
I don't know. It's I don't know what it's supposed to mean, but the action been going back and forth. At one time you see Bravo, Valentine, and V look like they got things under control, and then it changes. Oh, look at this, right in the small of the back. Now, I'll tell you, that ring, that apron, that's a hard material there.
And you see how smart Valentine is. Valentine's drawing the referee into the middle of the ring, so the referee is seeing none of this.
Well, you call it smart, Jesse. You know, I call it being sneaky.
Whatever it is, it's a deep
Bruno,
one.
you can be sneaky and smart, you know. You have to be smart to be sneaky.
But at the same time, whoa, look at this.
What a move by
Outside
Raymond
kick.
Rougeau. Can he pull him down? No, he's got a piece of the rope, doesn't he?
Yes, he did. He had the ropes, and that's why he couldn't take him over.
Meanwhile, Bravo had a couple of shots to the head of Raymond Rougeau with his foot.
Bravo was there just in case Rougeau did take Valentine over. He was ready to break it up. Uh-oh.
You notice Johnny V looking on there as Bravo nails Raymond. How about that haircut of Johnny V's, huh?
That was a beautiful reverse atomic drop right there. Totally legal.
Jess, what are your thoughts on Johnny V's haircut?
Well, I think he's gotten it improved since Beefcake got it. You know, I hear everybody talking about what a great barber Beefcake is, and yet I don't see Bruno, I don't see you, I don't see anybody getting haircuts from this guy.
The Hammer tried the figure four and couldn't get it. I heard a rumor, I don't know if this is true, but is it true that Johnny V is going to see the barber regularly now?
I don't know, but
let Beefcake work on him every couple of weeks?
I'll say that Beefcake's a good barber when Bruno starts going there.
In that case, he'll never be a good barber.
Well, Johnny V doing a good job with his knee. And again, Raymond Rougeau is taking the brunt of the blows.
I'll tell you, Johnny V's a very competent wrestler. Bruno Sammartino can vouch for that.
No question about it. He was a part of a tag team champion at one time. And although he's a manager now, but you got to keep in mind that he works out with Bravo and Valentine constantly, so he keeps himself in very good shape.
Certainly played it very, very smart, excuse me, Bruno. By staying in his corner of the ring, we haven't seen Johnny V come over near Beefcake and Jacques Rougeau. Oh, slap to the neck.
That ain't a slap, that's a chop.
Chop, coming from a powerful man like Bravo, I'll guarantee you that. Look at this now. Here's going to be a backbreaker right on Bravo's knee. Oh, slams him instead.
Vicious slam by Dino Bravo. Raymond trying to hang on, perhaps going to take. Look, good teamwork by the Rougeau brothers.
Did you see the other Rougeau interfere from the apron right there?
He sure did.
He caused Dino Bravo to get off stride and wrecked his timing.
Bravo was lining up Raymond for a
I'd say it was rather clever of Rougeau. Won't you say, Jesse? That was a clever move.
So when Rougeau does, it's clever, huh?
Well, that's what
when the other side does it, it's
Johnny
cheating.
V, Johnny V's in the corner. Beefcake, perhaps another trim coming up. 2 times the buckle, 3, he's going to the buckle. The crowd is counting. Oh man, he's got to be completely dizzy. He took 10 shots to the turnbuckle. Now the other buckle. Big slam. Now Beefcake going to work on the Hammer.
Boy, that Beefcake's really going to town. Look at this. Oh, boy, mayhem is in the ring now.
We got all 6 guys in. It's getting out of control.
They're in 3 of the 4 quarters here. Look at that.
Yeah, but if they what's this?
Double drop kicks by the Rougeau brothers. That takes care of Bravo and the Hammer.
Now look at this little triple team going on right here.
Well, we've seen it the whole ring.
There's a sleeper.
Yeah. There it is.
There's a sleeper.
Can he do it again to Johnny V? Is it possible?
Hey, listen. The other 2 guys are out of the ring. Johnny V's lights are about to go out.
Oh, that's it. He's got him out. This joint is jumping. Let's get the official word here.
The winners of this contest, the team of the Rougeau brothers and Brutus the Barber, Beefcake.
Don't go away. Perhaps the finishing touches.
Look at this. He's cutting more of Johnny V's hair.
Yeah, but now he's trying to even it out, Bruno. He's going for the top part. Last time he worked on the side. Look at this. He's got the hairspray and everything.
Spraying it.
He's turning it.
I think this is horrible. That Jack Tunney allows things like this to take place in the World Wrestling Federation is a disgrace.
Johnny V has an orange haircut. And the Rougeau brothers and Beefcake are eating it up. I mean, what a sweet victory, Bruno.
Oh, indeed.
After what has gone on here in the World Wrestling Federation.
Indeed, but look at Johnny V. He's got orange hair. Now look, Jesse, what do you say about Bravo and Valentine not coming in there to help their manager?
What do you expect them to do when they're getting beaten? They're getting beaten outside the ring illegally by the Rougeaus. They triple team Johnny V to get the victory. I'd call it very shallow, very hollow.
I'll tell you one thing, knowing the barber, Brutus Beefcake, I wonder if that orange will ever come out. You may have some of that permanent stuff.
Former World Wrestling Federation Intercontinental Champion Ricky the Dragon Steamboat returning here to the WWE after taking a little bit of time off to make an addition to his family. Cut a real hard one for himself. He's facing the big guy, the Outlaw, Ron Bass, and better keep an eye on Betsy as well. Plenty of action coming up. Let's go to ringside.
Capacity crowd behind him and a lot of charisma and fire, as the Dragon is always breathing fire when he steps inside the ring. Into the midsection by Bass. Bass sends Steamboat in, leapfrog.
Oh,
Nice maneuver by the Dragon, Ricky Steamboat.
Oh,
Great wrestling maneuver, I guess. Would you call it that? The punch?
Well, certainly knocked Ron Bass right off his feet in to the outside of the ring.
the way that he flew off that top rope right onto his head. And where does Bass go except to the outside of the ring, onto the floor?
And Ron Bass collecting his thoughts on the outside of the ring.
You know, there are those who have called for coming off the top rope being a disqualification simply because of the danger inherent in it to the men coming off and to the men on the mat or even on the floor. So there's a lot of merit to that.
Indeed, a very anxious Ricky Steamboat is being held back by the referee, and Ron Bass
Took advantage of it. He sure did. He took full advantage of it. The tide is turned.
It's a smart move on the part of Bass. If you don't want to listen to the referee and you put yourself in a precarious position, that's your fault.
Ricky Steamboat, indeed, a top ring veteran, former Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. And Ron Bass could certainly have a feather in his cap by defeating Steamboat. But Steamboat with those vicious chops. Steamboat looks in absolutely tremendous shape.
I'll have to agree with that. Excellent shape on a woman's point of view. Very good looking.
Should I take objection to that as a female chauvinist statement, Mike?
If you want.
Ron Bass now taking control, sends Steamboat into the ropes, and an elbow sends Steamboat right to the mat.
He went down fast and hard on that one.
He won't last long. There, he's back up.
And Bass only able to keep the Dragon down to the mat for a count of 2.
It's a power slam that might put him away.
No.
Not enough to keep the Dragon down, and Bass is claiming a slow count, but the referee, you've got to admit, Nick, was right there in position.
Yes, he was,
Right
but at
there.
the same time...
Right there's a stupid move.
Yes, it was. I'll have to agree with you.
Oh.
So, of course, greatness in wrestling is being able to take a bad move and turn it into a good one.
Steamboat going for a cover now. Only 2.
You notice the good sportsmanship on the behalf of Ricky Steamboat. He doesn't argue with the referee, such as Bass did a while ago.
What was he doing when he was hanging out of the ropes earlier?
The referee was trying to hold him back. He wasn't arguing with him.
All he should have done is listen to him.
Ron Bass now going in. Ricky Steamboat may have a backslide. Only 2. This battle has gone back and forth between 2 sensational athletes, and a collision in the middle of the ring leaves both men on the mat, Mike.
No kidding. I mean, both at their weight going against each other is definitely going to put them both out. And it's just now a matter of who's going to come out of it first.
Betsy waiting in the wings on the outside of the ring as the Outlaw is the first to make it to his feet.
It's hard to clear those cobwebs when you go down and 2 men crash into each other. Coming off the ropes, you're right, you're moving at 20 miles an hour.
Ron Bass attempting a suplex, and the Dragon stopping him short and reverses it. Beautiful maneuver by the Dragon, Ricky Steamboat.
I'll have to say that's true. But
Strength and ability.
And of course, it's taking its toll, Nick, on both men.
Absolutely. You get that much weight up there, if you can't release it freely enough, as you can see, it damaged him as badly as it did Bass. That's the thing about a lot of moves and a lot of holds. It is only a hair that splits when it's safe and when it's dangerous.
Steamboat now attempting what looks like a pile driver, and Bass reverses it. And Steamboat now trying to get the pin.
Oh, and
He's got to get it a lot faster than that to make it effective.
And Ron Bass not making it easy, weighing in at well over the 300-pound mark.
The one thing that Steamboat's got to have on any of the moves he makes against a man that much bigger than he is velocity.
True indeed, and Steamboat and Bass now trading punches and chops right in the middle of the ring, Mike.
one on one. Oh, now the heads. Yeah.
Heads collide, and I believe that took almost as much out of Bass as it did the Dragon.
Here's what we're talking about, splitting hairs. You may have thought it was going to be an advantage to you, and the next thing you know, you're knocking yourself out, even though you may be damaging your opponents.
That's right. Tables can turn at any minute.
Good point, and right now the Dragon, Ricky Steamboat with the sleeper on the Big Outlaw.
Just such as that. Had him in the sleeper. Bass takes him over to the corner, and then this is what happens. You've got to be 110% constantly.
That's one of the fascinating things I found about professional wrestling. It is move and counter, move and counter, move and counter, move all the way through the entire thing. And with the physical brutality of it all, this is what makes these men the outstanding athletes that they are.
That's true. Endurance.
Over
How
the
much
top
can you
rope.
take?
Steamboat holding on.
Oh!
Head scissor, and he brings Bass over onto the floor with him.
You know, to be able to do that, he has to have tremendous strength in his legs to be able to pull that big guy over like that.
Not if you're coming as fast as Bass was.
Oh, beautiful reversal by Ricky Steamboat, and that chop sends Bass reeling into the corner post.
Oh my gosh.
Sauce for the goose or sauce for the gander.
Indeed,
Yes,
as
it sure
Ricky Steamboat
is.
reversed it, set Rob
It
Bass right in the
certainly is.
corner post. And in the ring, the referee still tolling the count, and he has called for the bell. I'm not sure of exactly what the decision is, but we're going to stay with this as Rod Bass continues to work on the Dragon.
Undoubtedly, it must be a double count out. I'm taking that as a guess because both men running each other into the post, that puts them down.
We'll hear the official word from ringside right now.
The winner of this bout, resulting from a countout, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
If he's going to add insult to injury right here with that whip of his, Betsy.
Well, the Dragon being awarded the match, but the Outlaw Ron Bass with Betsy in hand, trying to humiliate the Dragon, but I don't think it's going to happen.
No way. All right. Send him and Betsy out.
The tutelage of those two others, Morocco and Orton, and the Hearts as well, and we know what damage they can do, and they've imparted that knowledge to Davis.
One of these superstars here in the World Wrestling Federation, referring to Koko B. Ware, along with Frankie at his side, as always, has the most interesting matchup in store for us as he opposes a former referee, a man who was barred forever from officiating in the World Wrestling Federation by President Jack Tunney, referring to Dangerous Danny Davis. These two heads were bound to collide sooner or later, and we're bringing it to you right here on the best of WWE Volume 14. Let's go to ringside.
Unloading right off the bat, sort of a Pearl Harbor job. Whoa! Flying elbow by Koko, and Davis is out of there. He's been taught well.
That was absolutely surprising. Davis came in and hit him with about 3 or 4 rights, and Koko, using the leverage of that rope, of the top rope, came back and absolutely waffled him.
Checking to make sure none of the Pearlies are missing. Oh, brought him in the hard way. Davis cringing in the corner. Koko obviously ready for this.
Davis trying anything to stay out of Koko's way right now. He's had a taste of the power and the strength, and I think he was really hurt there when he came in, as you say, Gorilla, the hard way.
Looking for somewhere to hide. It's a hard thing to find out there.
He's wrestling Koko.
Look at
So he'd rather punch it out with the man because he knows he can't wrestle the man.
Davis looking to sneak in a cheap shot there from using the referee. Good move, Danny. Wait till you're ready.
It's your match.
He has a manager. He doesn't need your help.
Well, I could just, it's a free country. I can say what I want.
I think actually Hart has done quite a good job with Davis. I mean, it was only a month or two for him to make that transition.
I'm sure they've been working on that transition for quite some time, Alfred.
Yes, I think you're probably quite right there.
Let's not forget that it was Danny Davis who literally handed the Hart Foundation the Tag Team Championship of the world.
Yes, and I think there was a lot of conspiracy, and you do allude sometimes to some of his purchases, Gorilla, that a referee's stipend wouldn't pay for.
Well, he's living in a
$250,000 home and driving one of those, what are they, Mercedes?
Yes. That's rather a nice one,
You don't get that refereeing in Shamokin, Pennsylvania.
You don't get nothing out of Shamokin, Pennsylvania. Where is that now?
That's up in north of Scranton. Look out. Davis with the reversal. Big backdrop. Oh, did he get him up there? He's bailing out again.
He's down on his knees as well on the outside. Obviously wondering what on earth have I got myself into.
I think you're saying a couple of Hail Marys over there.
Will you watch the fist in the corner?
I think he had time to say those while he was in midair.
Come on, baby. You can take this.
You know, this is a decided advantage
He
here.
is nothing, baby. He is nothing.
Listen
You're
to
the
the mouth.
greatest. Now, come on.
Frankie might be giving out a little verbal information here as well.
Frankie just did give some out. I think it's right there by your shoe, Alfred.
Please. Forget about all the nasty things I said about you. Let's be friends.
Look at Davis.
Look at the look on that kisser.
Yeah, he's trying to be sincere.
Would you buy a used car from that guy?
I don't think so.
Highly
Not even that
unlikely.
Mercedes he owns.
How about Coco? Would you buy a used bird from him?
Sure, why not? I like Frankie. He likes you, I can tell. Oh,
I could make some money with Frankie.
This capacity house here, all rooting for Coco.
Come on now, baby. You can
And I don't think there's a single person except for Jimmy Hart wants to see Davis snatch a victory here.
Well, you left out the brain.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But I could make a lot of money with Frankie.
Doing what?
First thing I do in the morning is take him over to visit the Colonel. Not Colonel Hart, Sanders.
Sunset flip coming up. Oh, he's shot right on his chest. Look at the determination on the face of Coco Beware, as everything that Danny Davis has tried has not been successful.
But he still hasn't been able to get the man down in a compromising position to get a 3 count.
fight better.
That's obvious.
Come on.
Davis has obviously been told, running down, get
Bail out.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is a good strategy.
Oh, it's a good strategy, and it's obviously paying off right now because he nipped back in there very, very quickly. He seems to be recovered now. He's moving around quite smartly, in fact.
Well, he's getting a lot of verbal help from the outside. I would assume that the Hart Foundation is watching this match from somewhere.
The world's tag team champion.
Yes.
Davis allowing this packed crowd here to get to him.
Can't quite pick up what they're chanting.
It's beyond me, I'm not sure.
I think they're saying something negative about Coco.
No, that's not.
Well,
what
you
they're saying.
asked me.
I didn't ask you. I just said I can't pick up what they're saying. There it comes. Test of strength. I don't believe Danny Davis can win this.
I think Coco's actually playing a little bit with him, to tell the truth. I'm sure that Coco's playing with him now.
Big smile on the kisser, Danny Davis.
I can't see it lasting this way.
Look out. Coco fighting it. Got to get to your feet, my boy. Here comes the Birdman. Those legs are shaking.
Kick him, Danny. Keep him down.
He heard you, but it didn't work. Look at this. Look at the agility. Oh! Right in the kisser.
A standing drop kick by Coco nearly took the head off of Danny Davis. And Davis once again out on the floor, seeking a little consolation from Jimmy Hart.
Fans loving it.
Just get even. Come on.
He said, don't get mad, get even.
I don't think he has a chance of getting even
That's
with
what he's
Coco.
trying to do, Colonel.
A look of determination on Davis's face as he came back in. Obviously, he was inspired by Jimmy Hart.
Look out.
He wasn't there, Coco, dummy.
Well, Coco actually telegraphed that move from quite a ways away, giving Danny Davis a whole lot of time to get out of there. Now he's paying for it.
Danny Davis now taking full advantage of the mistake by Coco Beware.
Don't let him up, Davis.
He's not going to.
Dangerous Danny. Friends call him. You can call him Mr. Davis.
When he was refereeing, he was dangerous, I'll tell you that. Off the second turnbuckle on the inside, double axe handle. To the back of the neck of Coco, and Coco's in trouble.
You know, I had a little trouble with him when he was refereeing. I thought he was very fair.
A European-styled uppercut there from Davis. I wonder where he learned that.
Frankie doesn't like what's going on. Neither does Coco. Short forearm uppercut. Obviously learned that from the Hitman.
Yes, he has. He's obviously been schooled well by the two Harts, Neidhart, Jimmy Hart,
The world's tag team champion.
Irish whip in. Well, see, he still wants to be a referee.
I think he does. And that's the way he used to do it as well. When the shoulders went down, 1, 2, 3.
I don't think it matters how fast you count, really. With Coco, he can't tell time. So
You mean he can't tell time?
he can't tell time.
Who told you that?
I can tell.
Please.
His time was up when the bell rang. He should have left, so he didn't know that.
Davis seems to be having everything his way now. Coco has been on the receiving end of a lot of punishment for at least 3, maybe 4 minutes.
Irish whip coming up. Running clothesline, nailed him with it. Could be all over right here. 1, 2, nope.
Davis just doesn't have that little extra weight to keep a man down once he's got him there. But
Davis.
Also, he didn't hook the leg.
Wasting valuable time here arguing with the referee. I'm sure you can't wait to get back in the locker room and tell him about it, Brain.
I mind my own business.
Oh, yeah, that's why you're wearing that horse collar.
Another clothesline.
Sleeper!
Sleep hold.
He has showed me more holds tonight than I've seen out of most wrestlers in a year.
That's the first one I've seen.
Oh, he used that European uppercut, Grecian knuckle lock.
Grecian knuckle lock?
Yeah, he had Coco down with the...
Please, you learned that in the playground.
Oh, he's trying to keep it simple for Coco.
Sleeper hold being applied by Danny Davis right in the center of the ring. Watch it, ref. Put that hand in there. Make sure this doesn't turn into a choke.
Davis got that firmly clamped on, but Coco's got such a thick neck and thick shoulders. I doubt if it will make too much of an impression upon him.
Kind of the same neck as Tommy over there, as Pigeon.
Oh, it's Frankie. See, one of the advantages to the sleeper hold is to have that upper body weight, and Danny Davis doesn't have
That's
that.
1. 2. It looks like Coco is not faring too well.
So you'd say the bigger the
He
man
managed
is.
to hold that arm there.
Coco not out of this yet.
It would be to his advantage to use the sleeper hold. You're a big man.
Yes.
Did you use the sleeper hold?
I was capable of putting the lights out for you, yes.
Coco's struggling to his feet.
Coco on his feet right now. Look out, elbow. And another one downstairs. Danny Davis breaking the hold. Irish whip coming up reversed by Coco. Oh, that's a sleeper.
Sleeper hold and a lot of leverage with his legs wrapped around the midriff of Danny Davis.
Davis in desperation, nice move. Rammed Coco into the top turnbuckle.
Stupid move on Coco's part. If he'd have kept his feet on the ground, the man couldn't have moved him.
Listen to the Colonel screaming through that horrid megaphone to Danny Davis, giving words of encouragement. Both men ripe for the pickings right now, and Frankie knows it.
Both men practically out on their feet, and I would look here for possibly Davis to recover a little more quickly, having had the upper edge for such a long time.
Davis off the ropes, bombs away. Oh, he got caught. Coco brought those knees up right at the last split second. Uh-oh, look at him, he's getting it going now. That adrenaline is flowing through the body of the Birdman. There he goes.
Tremendous right by Coco.
Coco with an Irish whip. Oh, big right hand right between the eyes, and Davis bails out. And Coco right out after him. Look at Danny run.
Davis taking to his heels there. He's in the ring first, but Koko right behind him.
He didn't make it.
He wasn't running too fast there, Gorilla.
He's hurting. There's a headbutt and another one. He should be down, but Koko's holding him up. By the hair. By the hair. By the hair. Glad you were very observant. Now he turned him loose and Davis is down. He should have been disqualified.
Davis down. I don't think he'll ever get up from that.
Sure he will. Koko will pull him by the hair. Look out. Ooh. Power slam very close to the ropes. Danny Davis with a foot in the rope. Good refereeing. He's paying for it right now.
Davis doesn't want to stay there too long.
Boy, is he getting clobbered. And the man's in the ropes. He should be disqualified.
Koko not listening to the referee at all here. He's making a mistake. He is making a mistake.
Oh, look at that. The mouth to the south just handed something to Danny Davis. Did you see it? Look at, there it is. Something wrapped up in that white tape. Perhaps some steel object of some kind. Give me a break. What a miscarriage of justice if this one stands up. Tell me you didn't see that, Brain. I happened to be looking at this bird over here was making some noise. Yeah, I'm sure. I got the pin, though.
Danny Davis.
Knocked him out right in the center of the ring.
Davis taking advantage of the referee having his back turned, just belabored him with some object he had in his hand there.
Davis hit him with something?
Koko went down and Davis was on top of him, and the referee didn't see any of that.
He hit him, Alfred, with something. Davis used something?
I believe
a foreign
so, yes.
object, a pair of brass knuckles, handed to him by the manager, Colonel Jimmy Hart.
Junkyard Dog recently returning here to the World Wrestling Federation after a very successful tour of the Orient has his work cut out for him as he faces the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, a man who likes to spread that money around. Virgil's always got those Benjamin Franklins in hand, ready to buy anyone off that they don't think that they can get by. A most interesting matchup, a most exciting matchup. Let's go to the action.
I'm not sure. Every time I see him, he's usually there. I haven't seen him interfere yet, but I imagine that's just a matter of time.
I'd have to say Junkyard Dog has got style.
Indeed, Ted DiBiase on the outside of the ring with Virgil, a little bit higher ground.
Yeah, he's taking a smart move right now. He's figuring Junkyard Dog jumped all over him. And he figures, well, I'm going to take advantage of that 10 count as long as I can. I'm going to enjoy myself, get a breather, because he knows when he steps back into these ropes, he's going to possibly have hell to pay if he can't take and get the job done.
That's right, Nick. The Dog shows no intimidation of DiBiase or what he stands for and all the money that he has.
Well, you and I would have to agree, no matter how much money you got in your pocket, when you're in the middle of that ring, it doesn't make any difference rich or poor.
Doesn't matter whatsoever. The only thing that matters is winning.
One thing Ted DiBiase has not been able to do in the World Wrestling Federation is buy off any of his opponents inside that squared circle.
Well, having spent some time in that square circle in my lifetime, I can tell you this. Yeah, we're all an egotistical bunch of athletes. When you get all those muscles and all that power and all that belief in yourself, it's strange. Money, I don't think, can conquer egos, but egos can conquer money.
Ted DiBiase now on the outside of the ring, and he's trying to slow down the pace of this match a little bit.
To his advantage.
No question. If somebody's pressing you hard, I'm a results man. Whichever one gets the job done. Somebody's going to say, well, he's a coward for running out of the, stepping under the apron and stepping off outside the ropes. But then what do all the smart quarterbacks in the NFL do? And I'm sure Junkyard Dog has chased a few of them right off to the sidelines, and they call that smart football.
Good point. The Junkyard Dog right now, and the referee cautioning him to open up the fist.
Well, it's a cute ploy on the part of DiBiase. Anytime you want to stop that pace, you make that fist. Let the referee see you've made that fist, and he's going to step in between you, and then you've got a little more time.
DiBiase now going to work on the Junkyard Dog, and not too smart of a move is the dog almost enjoys.
Doesn't faze the dog whatsoever.
Mike, can I ask you, are women known to have as hard a heads as a lot of men?
Oh, I think that's going to go unanswered right now. People who know me might give you that answer.
I see. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of women out there who would probably think there's a lot of hard-headed men.
Goes both ways, that's true.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, possibly Nick DiBiase, maybe a little bit of a psychological edge on the Junkyard Dog now, staying on the outside of the ring, not wanting to face him in the middle of the ring.
Well, you know, when you're a true athlete, you want to get right into the battle. This cat and mouse game that DiBiase is playing starts to really wear. It breaks the rhythm, it breaks the tempo. Talk to golfers, and they'll tell you they hate to wait on a tee because the golf course breaks up. They're getting into the Junkyard Dog now.
Indeed, this capacity crowd here in Green Bay really getting behind the Junkyard Dog as they chant JYD, and DiBiase not at all happy.
It'd be kind of hard for Mr. DiBiase to buy off this crowd, don't you all think?
Any crowd, darling.
Well, Nick, I'll ask you, as I've asked Mike in the past, Ted DiBiase claims everyone has a price. And I'll ask you the same question. Does Nick Bockwinkel have a price?
Sure. Now we just got to squabble about it.
Junkyard Dog now twisting the arm of one Ted DiBiase. And DiBiase shakes his head no as the referee asks him if he's ready to submit.
Oh, he's using that headbutt. I mean, he's got a lot of power, and let's give him credit for having a hard head. And there's no question, if he can, it's bigger than a foot, it's bigger than a fist, and it's harder than all of them. And if he can run that into his shoulder or into his arm, give it to Charlie Harse and incapacitate that arm, then he's going to have an advantage.
Ted DiBiase now suckering the Junkyard Dog into the corner. The dog reverses and sends DiBiase right into that turnbuckle. Beautiful clothesline that time by the Junkyard Dog. And the dog now threatening DiBiase, and DiBiase goes right outside once again, Mike.
Where his man Virgil is to back him up. And again, as Nick said earlier, he's using this psychology and maybe also to get a breather too. He needs it. He stepped in with one of the best seasoned veterans that you have around here in the World Wrestling Federation, Junkyard Dog.
Now Ted DiBiase making his way back into the ring, and a lot slower than maybe the last couple times.
Well, he wants to make sure. I mean, both these men, there's no question, it's the World's Heavyweight Championship someplace down the line. To become the World Wrestling Federation's heavyweight champion is what they want. So a win or a loss here is a credit for one and discredit to the other.
Both men wanting a win out of this match, too.
Ooh, that hurts.
Ted DiBiase not in a good way now as Junkyard Dog bears down on the left arm of DiBiase. And the twist brings DiBiase right down to his knee.
Good consistency on Junkyard Dog's part because he's staying on the arm. He was headbutting it before. He gave it a few kicks to the elbow, and now he's working on both the elbow and the shoulder.
That's right, Nick. You find the man's weakest spot and you work on it, wear him down for the 1, 2, 3, hopefully.
DiBiase now backs the dog into the ropes, referee, and DiBiase full aware of the referee's count. Low into the midsection now as DiBiase has the dog on the ropes and not in a good way. Nice maneuver that time by the Junkyard Dog, and that time he might have gone to the well one too many times.
Anytime you miss anything, a drop kick, a punch, an elbow, it throws your rhythm off and you wind up hurting yourself very badly.
And DiBiase now with a series of elbow smashes and goes right to the choke. And if you notice, DiBiase breaks right on the referee's 4 count.
This is smart business. I mean, you can do whatever you want within that 4 count as long as he doesn't say 5. And you're allowed to do it as long as you break on 4.
Nice shot there of Virgil, the bodyguard of Ted DiBiase.
Notice that look off of Virgil.
This capacity crowd here in Green Bay, once again, behind the Junkyard Dog, 110%. Knee drop and DiBiase once again now going for the cover. Only 2, not enough to keep the Junkyard Dog down.
The man is strong, there's no question about that. DiBiase weighs right in that 270-pound range, and he just shoved him up in the air.
Whip into the ropes. Nice elbow smash that time by the $1 Million Man.
Again, DiBiase's been consistent here. from the time that the Junkyard Dog missed that headbutt, he's been staying right on him, right on his head. He's been stomping him, kicking him, whatever is necessary with those elbows.
Indeed, Ted DiBiase, known as a master ring tactician. And now he made another little psychological ploy as he plays to the crowd a little bit. Sheer confidence.
Well, I'd hope that those few seconds that he took admiring himself to the crowd doesn't back up on him and having given Junkyard Dog a little breather.
That's true. His ego was stepping in when he could have got in there and wear him down.
And now DiBiase, after letting the dog back to his feet, stays on him as the referee cautioned DiBiase about the use of the ropes. Maybe it's not so much confidence as it may be conceit, Nick.
Well, it's a combination of all of those. It's confidence, it's conceit, it's ego. And in those few seconds, this may be, we'll see how he does. Let's see how it turns out for DiBiase.
From the second row, DiBiase that time is met by the big fist of the Junkyard Dog.
Oh, you saw it.
And Virgil is upset.
Showing his disapproval.
Well, Junkyard Dog just sucked him right in. He laid there, led DiBiase. You got it. And I mean, it was smart business on the part of the dog.
Playing possum and Junkyard Dog using his head literally.
The knee. He hit him in the knee first, now in the head.
And that time Virgil trying to make his way into the ring, only to be met by the hard head of the Junkyard Dog.
Oh, outstanding.
And that time Virgil attracting the attention of the Junkyard Dog, and the dog on the outside. Oh my!
That's his answer.
With the right hand, and he's taking the money.
Look at this.
Some happy fans here in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and the dog meets DiBiase on the outside with a big headbutt. Interesting confrontation here between Virgil and JYD. And DiBiase rolls back into the ring, and the Junkyard Dog, seeing the referee's count, makes his way back in. DiBiase hasn't covered. This may be it. He has a handful of tights there.
He did.
And he got the 3 count. Let's take you up to ringside for the official word.
Here is your winner, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
The winner of the match, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. And we'll take you back right now to the replay and see exactly how Ted DiBiase did it. Ted DiBiase bringing the Junkyard Dog in for a body slam, and the dog a little bit too much, and handful of tights right there, but he got the 3 count.
That's all he needs for a little leverage.
Talk about classics. We've got one for you here. A Coliseum video classic indeed. A 6-man tag team matchup in the hot month of August, when anything and everything can and will happen. Features Spiros Arion, the Golden Greek, teaming up with then the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions, the Lumberjacks. The opposition, who I'm sure you could not put together today in the squared circle by themselves, Andre the Giant, Tony Gurria, and Dino Bravo, former Canadian heavyweight champion. Imagine these 3 on the same team. This was 1978. Right now we're talking about 1987. This match, definitely a classic. Let's go to ringside.
2 out of 3 falls or to curfew. Introducing in the corner to my right, team number 1. From Athens, Greece, 260 pounds, the Iron Greek Spiros Arion. And his partners, total combined weight, 551 pounds. From the Yukon, the tag team champions of the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, Eric and Pierre, the Yukon Lumberjacks. Their opponent from Auckland, New Zealand, 245 pounds, Tony Gurria. His partner from Montreal, Canada, 243 pounds, Dino Bravo. And their partner from Grenoble in the French Alps, weighing 445 pounds, the one and only Andre the Giant.
Andre Rousimov, known as Andre the Giant, and he is that. He is really a giant of a man. Andre dwarfing his tag team partners who are good-sized men, Dino Bravo and Tony Garea. Well, let's see who's going to start things off. It's going to be Eric for his threesome and Tony Garea for the opposing side. Nice arm drag by Tony Garea. Up, right back, down goes Eric. Spiros Arion will now try his luck. Tony certainly holding his own in there. Tony right there with the right hand, another one. Referee warning Garea about the right hands, but they keep on coming. Wild right by Arion, misses forearm smash right there, and now Pierre enters the ring for the first time. Tony going going through two of the three opponents. In October, ladies and gentlemen, when we join you again here on a Madison Square Garden cable network and present wrestling, we will also present the contributions that you, the wrestling fans of the country, send in for the Juvenile Diabetes Foundation, and also the contributions that the wrestlers themselves contribute here. We'll be presenting the check, and whatever sum it may be, to the president of the Juvenile Diabetes Foundation here in October when we return with more wrestling. And of course, as we said before, we do invite you to join us live here at the Garden on the 25th of September. Tony tearing him up. Eric rolled to the ropes, coming off, waiting for him. Tony Garea scoops his man up, slams him to the canvas. Eric wanting to back off and beg off a bit. Tony in the wrong part of town, and he is really getting a working over. And here comes Andre the Giant. Andre moving right in. Apparently we have a disqualification here in the first fall.
The time, 3 minutes, 14 seconds. Referee has disqualified the team of Arion and the Lumberjacks, awarding the first fall to Tony Garea, Dino Bravo, and Andre the Giant.
So this threesome of Andre, Bravo, and Tony win the first fall. It will once again be Tony Garea leading things off for his team. The other side is Eric. We've yet to see Andre get in on the action here. We certainly hope that he does. Bravo now entering the ring. Really winding his man up. Oh, my. Bravo, an extraordinary athlete. Arion will now face Dino Bravo. Arion off the ropes, and here we go, round and round. Step over, leap, coming back, as his man, nice maneuver by Bravo. And now Pierre through the ropes now will face Dino Bravo. Two Canadians in there at the moment. Bravo, a real powerhouse. Bravo coming off the ropes and waiting for him, Pierre. Bravo scooped up by Pierre. Hammered down across the knee. Over for the cover. Has him in a good pinning combination. Can't quite make it. Forearm smash to the chest. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. My goodness. Pierre. High in the air. Down across the knee. Andre eating Pierre up alive here. Whips this man to the rope, coming off. Oh, the foot right up there against the side of the head. Look out, here it comes. 1, 2, it's all over. Never any doubt here. Andre just too much for any team to handle.
Ladies and gentlemen, the total time of this bout, 5 minutes, 39 seconds. The winners in 2 straight falls, Andre the Giant, Dino Bravo, and Tony Garea.
Let's take a look at it again here. Andre the Giant with Pierre right where he wants him, toying around much as though Pierre were a midget as opposed to the 250, 60-some-odd pounder that he really is. In from there, Andre, of course, going on to victory. Well, now send this man to the ropes and lift up that size, I suspect about a 20-inch foot, 20-size foot. Andre up and imagine the impact. You don't even have to imagine it. You can see it for yourself.
His opponent to my right is managed by Bobby the Brain Heenan.
An outstanding matchup coming at you right now. Compliments of Coliseum Video, WW, the best of, Volume 14, a match which has never been seen before. A most unusual match, a match pitting 2 powerhouses against each other. One, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff, the man who twice nationally fired Bobby the Brain Heenan against one of Heenan's family members, Hercules Hernandez, a man who, if he slaps that full Nelson on you, forget about it, it's over. This one, a real classic. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. Let's go to ringside.
Paul Orndorff very anxious. Is the referee now trying to grab that ever-present chain away from Hercules? And Lanny, that can be a very dangerous weapon.
That's right, as you just saw. Bobby the Brain Heenan, sneaky little weasel that he is, distracted Mr. Wonderful. And now, as you can see, he is really stomping him down.
And Hercules taking full advantage, putting the boots to Mr. Wonderful. And Bobby Heenan maybe trying to take advantage on the outside, but Oliver Humperdinck was there, Mike.
Yeah, it looked like we're going to have manager against manager here.
Indeed, no love lost between Bobby the Brain Heenan and Oliver Humperdinck. 2 very successful managers here in the World Wrestling Federation. And Hercules now with the knee to Mr. Wonderful, sending him right back to the outside. And not a good place for Mr. Wonderful to be, Lanny.
That's right, no love lost at all between Bobby Heenan and Paul Orndorff, because twice already Paul Orndorff has fired Bobby Heenan.
Now Hercules sending Paul Orndorff over the top rope, but Mr. Wonderful holding on.
Surprise! Look here.
Maybe Hercules a little bit too confident.
Somebody's home.
Fires off that right hand.
Yeah.
And again, and he sends Hercules to the mat.
I would punish him for just exactly what he started already.
Now Paul Orndorff going to work on Hercules in the corner, and Hercules reverses And Orndorff reverses again.
Oh, nobody did.
High knee at that time by Paul Orndorff, and right now Orndorff seems to have the upper hand, Lanny.
You know, Bruce, Orndorff has an advantage here, especially when it comes to Heenan, because he knows all those tactics since Heenan himself has taught Orndorff. So he's got the upper hand.
And Orndorff that time introducing Hercules into that canvas. And a pretty even matchup at this point. And a rake right across the eyes as Paul Orndorff, very familiar with the world-breaking moves, Lanny.
That's right. There's been a lot of contingencies in the match so far, but I must say that Hercules would do well to keep his eye on Paul Orndorff and not turn his back on his opponent. As you can see, moments ago, there was a skin the cat performed in suspended animation. Now Sir Oliver Humperdinck giving advice to his man, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
And along with the capacity crowd's approval. Oh, just to be met by that.
And Hercules firing off a couple right hands right to the jaw of Mr. Wonderful. And the tide is changed. Clothesline by Hercules, and now Hercules going for the cover.
Oh,
not enough to keep him down.
Very arrogant body press. Now he's getting a little more serious, but that's not enough for Mr. Wonderful.
That time Hercules hooked the leg, but it still wasn't enough to keep Mr. Wonderful on the mat for the 3 count. This capacity crowd here in Milwaukee getting behind Mr. Wonderful, shouting him that extra added encouragement. And Orndorff with a blow to the throat area of Hercules. Hercules stops him with a knee lift to the midsection.
Ooh.
Not a good place right now for Paul Orndorff to be as Hercules puts the pressure on with devastating bear hug.
Hercules has a lot of strength, but unfortunately all his brains are in the corner, and by that I mean the manager, Bobby Heenan. He manipulates Hercules just like a marionette.
Indeed, Bobby the Brain Heenan has fired all of his main charges at one Paul Orndorff. He has had them all go after him one by one, and tonight it is Hercules, but there is no love lost between the Heenan family and Paul Orndorff and Oliver Humperdinck.
That's true, and even now as we speak, the Weasel is sneaking around. You've got to keep your eye on him at all times.
Bobby Heenan on the outside of the ring trying to get the timekeeper to ring the bell, saying that Paul Orndorff was ready to submit, but I don't buy that for a second. As Paul Orndorff, with the cheers of the crowd here.
I must say that a tactic like that wouldn't work on Dave Hebner. He's a no-nonsense referee. Any skullduggery like that would be quickly thwarted.
And Orndorff that time broke the bear hug, and he has him cradled. This may be it.
No.
Not enough to hold the big man down, Mike.
You've got both two big men in there, and it's going to be a battle to the end. Of course, you've got the Heenan. That's another battle in itself.
Orndorff with the clothesline, nice maneuver.
Oh.
Nice knee lift that time by Paul Orndorff. Bobby Heenan on the outside of the ring looking a little bit worried.
An amazing aerial drop kick by Paul, Mr. Wonderful Orndorff, and he is going to the top rope.
High risk maneuver, but it paid off that time. And Paul Orndorff is signaling for the pile drivers.
Now we have it.
Makes his way to the apron, only to be met by the right hand from Paul Orndorff.
Well, he shouldn't have been on the apron anyway, Bruce, and he should have been met by that. He should be down there at all times.
And Orndorff delivers that pile driver to Hercules, and this could be it. And in the ring, Rip Rude.
Oh, no.
Has made his way to ringside and is putting the boots to Mr. Wonderful.
And the crowd is up on its feet, Bruce. Do you all see this? Oh,
and Rude there meets Orndorff with the clothesline. The referee only...
Well, he has a developed hatred for Orndorff, doesn't he?
Referee has called for the bell as Rick Rude going to work on Paul Orndorff, throws him on the outside of the ring.
Please,
And the ravishing one, Rick Rude, strikes a pose on the inside while his manager, Bobby Heenan.
And Rick Rude does not have any friends in Milwaukee, Wisconsin tonight.
No.
Dina, we'll take you up to ringside right now for
I
the
don't know if he has
official
any
word.
friends anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee's official decision, he awards the bout as a result of a disqualification to Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff.
Well, the winner of the match, there he is, Paul Orndorff. And he is going after ravishing Rick Rude with that cane that Oliver Humperdinck carries to the ring, and Orndorff is fired up. Right now, we're going to take a look at the replay of exactly how it all happened. Paul Orndorff fires off at Bobby Heenan.
That's a good one.
And he goes for the pile driver. Gets Hercules up and delivers.
That's one to be reckoned with, that hole right there. And there you see.
Ravishing Rick Rude causing the outside interference, putting the boots to Mr. Wonderful right there, causing the disqualification.
Rick Rude,
winner of the match.
I'm calling you the man.
We'll take you back up to the ring as Paul Orndorff has a few words. Mr. Wonderful issuing a challenge for Rick Rude to come back into the ring right now.
It's not over yet.
One-on-one. We said earlier, no love lost between these two men, Lanny, and Paul Orndorff would be ready for ravishing Rick Rude anytime in any place.
Bobby the Brain Heenan, manager extraordinaire, now putting on the wrestling tights. A very unusual situation for the Brain, or the Weasel, as I like to refer to him as. Without any of his family members around, it's very unusual that you will see this individual step inside that squared circle. However, he is going to right now as he faces the Italian stallion, Salvatore Bellomo, a real ring veteran, but Bobby the Brain Heenan has got the gray matter upstairs. Not too many things get by him. Let's go to the match.
Boy, it's been about, coming up very shortly, about 3 years or so since we've seen the King Kong, Angelo Mosca, in Madison Square Garden. And he's going to be back this evening, and I'm waiting to see what the King Konger looks like, Your Lordship.
Big nasty.
Oh, big nasty is right.
He's got some big feet. A lot of understanding.
Nice clean break by the Brain.
That's just a prelude to what he has in mind.
Salvatore scratching his head, trying to figure this guy out. So much for the clean breaks.
Yeah.
That never bothered me, Your Lordship. When a guy turned his back on me like that, I just attacked him. It didn't bother me a bit. If he did something nasty, he's going to go and turn his back on me in the corner, I'm going to attack him.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm afraid that Salvatore missed a golden opportunity there.
Absolutely.
But then again, does he know as much about Heenan as we do?
Probably not. But if the guy's going to oblige me by turning his back to me.
Yes.
Oh, he's stepping right out now.
Maybe he thought better of that, too.
I think so. You only go to the well so many times. But he knows how to upset an individual. He knows how to use that psychology.
Yes, he's very good with that, but...
Wow. Right between the eyes. Salvatore showing the referee how it was a nice open hand.
Yes. He somehow dealt that.
Whammo! Into that top turnbuckle. The Brain in trouble. Bellomo winds him up. Whoa, right on top of that top turnbuckle. And he went down hard. And he's begging off.
He's shocked. He's absolutely
Don't get him, Sal. Don't wait. He waited too long. Salvatore just waited a little bit too long and let Heenan escape.
I think that was in Heenan's mind all the time. Get out of there any way he could possibly achieve that.
Well, I thought he was going right out over the top from that heave into the corner, but managed to hold his balance and come back down inside the ring.
Yes, he hit that middle rope and sprang about 2 feet into the air.
He did. Questioning the referee now about the tactics being used by Bellomo. The only tactics that he used earlier on. This guy didn't get the nickname the Brain without being a smart cookie.
That's absolutely true. And
of course, they could have called him Bobby Smart Cookie, but that would, I guess that wouldn't fit too well.
That wouldn't take the biscuit.
Boy, he knows how to upset guys and really get guys bent out of shape. Standing wrist lock now. Oh, nice maneuver by Lomo. Took him over and did it very high. Look at this. Flying head scissors. Drop kick by Bellomo. Heenan through the ropes again, and he's laid out. And Bellomo not giving him a chance now, really going to work on him. He bailed out.
And he's hurt. He's really hurt. Look at Bellomo.
Bellomo with a cartwheel. He's excited. And the fans are excited. 22,000 plus are loving it.
Up on their feet, every one of them.
Now he wants to be a referee now, Sal. He's counting.
Well, he's excited. He better keep his eye on Heenan, though. Watch him all the time, not just 99% of the time.
He's not wasting his time outside the ring. He's out there doing something. He's looking for something, thinking about something.
Yes.
There isn't a moment goes by that he isn't thinking about this match. Oh. Thank God we don't have the microphone inside the ring.
But not only that, those words are aimed to make Bellomo make deliberate mistakes there.
It's Heenan who's making the mistake. He's got this Italian riled up. Oh, eye gouge. Desperation move on the part of the Brain. But Salvatore coming right back, and he walks right into that boot.
When we were talking earlier about the bare pits of wrestling, that's where he's learned his wrestling, Heenan, and now he's putting it into force.
Reverse chin lock. He's someone to reckon with, there's no question. And when he's out there seconding his man, whoever it may be John Stutter, understand he's putting together quite a stable of individuals now, but when he's out there, that's the most distracting thing in the world, to know that Heenan is out there wandering around that ringside while you're trying to defeat his man.
Yes, and not only that, he gives you the impression that you can do anything to him. Now that is distracting in itself.
Nice shoulder block by Salvatore. Oh, what a backdrop! Oh. Got caught coming in with the momentum, and wow, he must have been 8 or 10 feet high on that backdrop, and that lower lumbar area is paining him tremendously right now, as is obvious.
And give Heenan due credit there. The timing was perfect for that, because you can't shoot a man right up in the air like that unless you've got good timing.
No, it's got to be perfect.
Uh-oh. Lomo struggling now. Definitely struggling.
Oh, look at that. Right in the small of the back, in the lower kidney area.
Twisting the
knee for the cover, he won't get him.
Very, very close.
But no cigar. Salvatore trying to get to his feet. Finally makes it. Side headlock now by Sal. Won't stay in that long. Drop down by Heenan. Wow, both men hit together, maybe head-to-head there. Looked like a shoulder-to-shoulder, but I think their heads might have slipped underneath there. And both men are down. Referee giving a double count now.
The momentum of Salvatore hitting Heenan there forced him right into the corner. The referee was lucky to escape.
Yes, got out of the way in a hurry.
A very quick referee, too.
Got to stop the count now. Both men are on their knees. And Bellomo with a headbutt and another. There's nowhere for Heenan to go. He's trapped. And these headbutts are effective in this position. Salvatore's hot. Snapmare takes him over. Oh, look at this. Trying to drive his head down through the mat cover. Referee made him break it, and so did Heenan with a poke right in the face. You think he's upset? I think Sal's upset.
He was definitely upset there, but it did put him off again. Once again, Heenan is showing that he can use a psychological edge to his armory.
Well, that's one of Bellomo's biggest faults when he loses his cool.
Yeah,
he usually loses the match.
Yes. Oh!
Oh, Bellomo right out.
And hit his ribs on the apron of the ring as he went out, too.
He could be hurt. Yes, he's holding that left arm and the right leg. Got all kinds of problems. I know his back is bothering him, but he's climbing back in there.
Much too quickly. He should have taken full advantage of the count there.
Heenan right there to meet him. Salvatore, take a hike, Sal. That's it. Take a walk.
He better.
Well, get it together. You got time out there.
He just better do that because Heenan is right hot onto him now.
Bellomo back up on the apron, and Heenan immediately clotheslines him right on that top rope. God, Salvatore, if you're going to come in under the bottom rope. You never run into those kind of problems.
No. Heenan is full of confidence. Look, got his back turned to him, everything.
Comes Sal again now, up on the apron, on his feet. Oh, he blocked the right hand. Got one of his own in. Not much behind it. Shoulder block had a little something. Look out, sunset flip from the outside. Heenan grabs the top rope. He got it. Wow. What a right hand he gave. He got him with that right hand. Quick shot. Right to the forehead. And Bellomo's complaining he was holding the rope. Let's go back and take a look here if we can. Only moments ago, Salvatore Bellomo from outside coming over the top. Nice maneuver. High sunset over the top. He's trying to get him down, but he hasn't got that strength left to do it. Heenan grabs the rope here, and then look at the right hand he levels on him. Drops down on him, and look at, he didn't hook that rope. He got him with a good count.
Here is your winner, Bobby the Brain Heenan.
So there you have the introduction as Tito Santana coming down the aisle as he is facing the controversial, the dangerous Killer Khan.
Our next matchup comes to you from the Sam Houston Coliseum in Houston, Texas, where Mr. Fuji's latest find, the Big Mongolian, Killer Khan, what an unusual individual, faces some real stiff competition in the form of former Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion Tito Santana, and Tito has a great many supporters in that Houston area. This match will prove to be a great one. Let's go to ringside.
Tough assignment tonight. Good crowd here at the Sam Houston Coliseum. I do want to remind Houston wrestling fans again, Houston wrestling history will be made when World's Heavyweight Champion Hulk Hogan comes to Houston, Texas, Sam Houston Coliseum, and makes his Houston wrestling debut Friday, June 26th. We are urging everybody to get your tickets early. Don't wait on this one. Get your tickets early so you can have the great seats that you want right here in the Sam Houston Coliseum on Friday, June 26th. And that's Killer Khan going through his pre-match ritual. He's a big man. He's unpredictable. He's unorthodox. As Tito Santana, though, is a former Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion and a man who knows how to handle himself inside the ropes. Close-up shot of the unique Killer Khan. A one-fall match and a one-fall matchup against Killer Khan. Tito has better be on his toes.
He will have to be on his toes. Now, Khan has had a lot of experience in sumo wrestling. You see him with his warm-up positions, which are part and parcel of sumo. But you also notice the strange haircut. The reason he has this is that in sumo wrestlers, they let the hair grow and they tie it up in knots. Well, he is not wrestling sumo. Therefore, the Sumo Association would get after him and skin him alive if he wore his hair in any other fashion. So this is the reason for that haircut that he has right now, to distinguish him from a present-day sumo in a match and in the American style wrestling.
Well, you sure can see the sumo background in his style, the way he likes to crowd and manhandle his opponents into the ropes, and that's where one area that is extremely dangerous. And there you see the example, but Tito is able to try to combat and try to match the wrestling ability of Khan. And Khan now, like mentioned before, he's big and he's got the strength that comes with that size, and he's also got those quick driving feet and those slashes of his. And Tito, the Mexican star, he is in for a tremendous battle tonight.
And he's getting the tremendous battle right now. That is not just weight, that is strength. He has built his weight by strength, and Khan is a tough man. There are bigger sumo wrestlers than he is, but there aren't many who have adapted themselves to some other form of self-defense, such as American wrestling.
And just a few moments ago, the card of June 26 was announced this crowd here in the Coliseum, and what an ovation they gave when they heard Hulk Hogan would be here to battle Kamala, the Ugandan headhunter. Can-Am Connection, Rick Martel and Tom Zink coming in to battle the Islanders.
That got a hand too.
And the King Harley Race will be here, and so much more. Paul, Mr. Wonderful Orndorff is going to be here, and that is going to be a card that fans are going to talk about the remainder of 1987.
You forgot an important match, Pete, and that is the one in which Ted DiBiase and Sam Houston teamed together to take on the one-man gang, and his partner is big, and his partner is tough, and his partner is that outlaw Ron Bass. And this is going to be a four-way battle.
This is going to be one of those nights of action from the opening match to the final world title showdown. It's going to be a night of Houston Wrestling Action fans are not going to forget. We're urging all of you to get your tickets early. You kids, bring your parents out. Your parents have been waiting to the opportunity to bring your children out to see Hulk Hogan in person. It's going to be Friday, June 26th, Sam Houston Coliseum. And now Tito setting up Killer Khan. And when you're that big, you also make a big target. And look at Tito picking his shots, kicking the inside of the thighs as Killer Khan is draped across those ropes. The referee now warning Tito, but Tito knows that he is going to have to press and carry the battle right to Killer Khan. He knows the reputation of Killer Khan. He's not intimidated by it, but now Khan, that unique style and that unique form of his, the way he maneuvers around the ring and inside the ring, he's feeling the effects of those kicks.
He's been kicked in the leg, and not only that, but you notice him feeling his feet. When he landed on the concrete, he did not land squarely. His feet were not any help to him. He actually hurt his feet by trying to save them from damage. Well,
well, there's one fan trying to, I think, give a suggestion to Killer Khan how he may walk around the ring. There's a lot of suggestions being hurled at Killer Khan, but one thing that fans know, he is double tough, and that they respect.
Yes.
Talking about Kamala, we recently were up in New York watching Kamala in action. I don't think he's ever looked more vicious under the control of Mr. Fuji.
Under the control of Fuji, he has taken on a new attitude of viciousness to the whole game. And Fuji keeps after him. Fuji keeps prodding him. Fuji keeps nudging him to keep him from trying any wrestling things that he doesn't know and that don't hurt, but do hold a man. And Fuji is pretty good at it. He knows the value of it.
And Hulk Hogan, he's concerned about the showdown with Kamala here in Houston because of this new vicious element of Mr. Fuji. He knows the vindictive mind of Mr. Fuji and just how dangerous that is, but when you control a destructive machine like Kamala, he knows the combination that he better be on his toes, or we could see a new world champion.
Well, he would make a colorful world champion, but I'd hate to see Fuji in that spot of managing the world's heavyweight champion.
There was an element of confidence in Mr. Fuji as he talked about facing Hulk Hogan. Somehow or another, you can't help but look when you see that confidence that Mr. Fuji and Kamala have something in store for Hulk Hogan on June 26th, and that's Hulk better be careful.
And Tito Santana has some things in store for the man face down on the mat. The hammerlock is well applied, and he's turning it now into a twisting arm lock, getting a little better grip on the situation and on the arm, and he wants to be able to maneuver Khan into a difficult position. He's got him. You see the way those muscles, you could follow them right up the arm. And he used a reverse atomic drop that time, and this can be a dangerous and completely ruining hold. It can ruin a man for life, frankly.
Close-up shot of Tito as we're getting more and more close-up shots of the wrestling action as we have two cameras down at ringside to try to catch all the punishment. And that time it was a close-up view of Killer Khan driving that foot of his right into the head of Tito. Look at Khan now, just down looking at his prey, ready for the opening to strike.
And Tito could find that strike is going to be tough for him. Tongue out of the mouth, well, that's a habit that sometimes gets you in trouble. A foot coming up can lacerate that tongue severely. Listen to those fans. and among them Tito Santana's mother and brother and uncle and other assorted relatives saying Tito, Tito, Tito. And Tito caught it alongside the jaw. And suddenly the Santana clan and the other fans who are rooting for him come to a strange quiet. They want to root Tito home, and they know he's in trouble. And they should realize that that's when he needs them calling. That's when he needs that cheering and that chanting. He needs that in order to set him straight and to get him coming out a winner. Big man, handling those feet well, and those feet, the soles of his feet, can be just as tough as shoe leather.
Tito trying to fight back, and of course this is what Houston wrestling fans have known Tito's had the capability of doing, is when the going gets tough, Tito is one of those superstars who seems to have what it takes to get going. Killer Khan, though, trying his best. He would love nothing better than to upset Tito right here in Houston in front of his family. And Tito now, as you can bet, that Tito's fighting with a lot of that Mexican pride right now. He doesn't want to lose, and he doesn't want to lose in front of his wrestling fans nor his family, as he now drives his own boot into the face of Killer Khan, showing the Mongolian that he knows well to throw that foot and throw that fist as well.
And he's exposed right there, and Tito would like nothing better than to get back at him before he gets on his feet. He did, and he does, and he's got him rolling under the rope looking for protection. Now trying to use the rope as a means of choking or garroting Killer Khan. You see him now manhandling him and doing a good job of it. Tito is a great all-around wrestler. He knows every department of the game. And he's young, and he's got the power, and he's got the physique to really do things in wrestling, and he's doing them.
Tito drives that fist into that midsection as he caught that midsection beautifully in a driving knee. As Tito now, knowing that he's got to break away from the wrestling holds and try to control Khan, and Khan drops him astraddle that top rope.
And that is one of the nastiest things that anybody can do, and I think that the referee has decided to disqualify Tito
Santana!
So
upset.
And he should have disqualified him.
And an upset Killer Khan, finding out the verdict is that Tito, the winner of the match. But look at Tito. Right now, that secondary, primary is that drop across the top rope that's got Tito in a lot of pain. Killer Khan upset with the verdict and takes it out in frustration, as ringside announcer Cleet Dumpster will do best to get out of the way of that Mongolian, as well as anybody else, because that's an upset Mongolian making his way up the aisle. And with that chair, fans wisely get out of his way. Tito Santana, the winner of the match,